I don't give us what we want, like, we said no.
That's a possibility, for real.
Yeah.
Well, the madness arrived early this March, and of course, it all revolves around Angel Reese. It all started when the NBA parody account, Sentinel, posted a fake quote from Angel on X, claiming she said, WNBA players should get paid like NBA players because they're just as skilled. The post went viral, racking up over 7 million views before being debunked. But by then, the damage was done. The quote sounded real enough to fool the masses and stir up controversy, thanks to Angel's track record of bold takes and attention-grabbing statements. Now, to be fair, Angel isn't responsible for the fake quote. But what really set things off was what she did next. Just 48 hours later, on her podcast Unapologetically Angel, she doubled down, saying, "If y'all don't give us what we want, like we said, that's a possibility for real," referring to a potential players' strike over WNBA pay. That statement sent social media into a frenzy and reignited the age-old debate about the WNBA's financial struggles. Critics brought up familiar arguments that the league relies on NBA subsidies, has never turned a profit, and that WNBA players simply aren't as talented as their NBA counterparts. These talking points have haunted the league for years, and Angel's comments only added fuel to the fire. The timing couldn't have been worse. The WNBA is finally gaining mainstream attention, largely thanks to Caitlin Clark's historic rise. And once again, Caitlin stepped in to clean up the mess. In a recent interview, she addressed the WNBA versus NBA debate with grace and professionalism, laying out a blueprint.
And that would be her 6th. She's trying to convince her head coach to challenge.
There's no question that Angel Reese is a master at grabbing attention. If her close-range finishing skills were as sharp as her ability to stir up social media drama, she'd already be a first-ballot Hall of Famer. However, despite what marketing experts say, not all attention is good attention, especially for a league as fragile as the WNBA. For nearly 3 decades, the WNBA has simply been existing. While the league has seen steady growth since the pandemic, half-empty arenas and lukewarm viewership have remained the norm. Average attendance barely hit 7,000 per game, and let's be honest, the phrase, "Did you catch the Mystics game last night?" has likely never been uttered at a water cooler. The issue was never a lack of talent. What the league lacked was a true superstar.
This is what they came for.
Oh my goodness, it never gets old.
Caitlin Clark entered the WNBA as the #1 draft pick, carrying the momentum she built at Iowa. From breaking the all-time scoring record to leading the Hawkeyes to back-to-back NCAA title games and delivering unforgettable
Martin looking. Here's Clark. She fires, and it goes!
Are they going to get the ball up in time? Clark for the win! Yeah! She does it time and time again, the 40-piece!
Much to the dismay of haters who doubted she'd make an instant impact, she exceeded expectations. She averaged 19.2 points, 8.4 assists, and 5.7 rebounds as a rookie, leading a mediocre at best Indiana Fever to the playoffs for the first time since 2016. She set the rookie scoring record, broke the single-season assist record, earned all WNBA first-team honors, and won Rookie of the Year. Best rookie ever? Case closed.
48 triples coming into the game. Logo! Clark with a deep 3. Samuelson, nice pass there to Clark. Clark behind the back. Oh, it's Smith with the finish. Brilliance from Caitlin Clark.
Xander Lucini, some good length on the perimeter on Caitlin. That is a tough pass, and somehow she got it in.
Caitlin Clark has taken the WNBA by storm, becoming the league's top draw with her incredible skills and record-breaking achievements. From hitting deep threes to flashy no-look passes, her presence on the court has captivated fans and brought unprecedented attention to the league. The impact is undeniable. The Indiana Fever set an all-time attendance record with over 340,000 tickets sold, averaging 17,700 fans per home game, a massive jump from the previous 4,000. Fever games alone accounted for 45% of the league's TV broadcast value, and teams like the Washington Mystics and Atlanta Dream had to move to NBA arenas just to handle Caitlyn-fueled crowds. Thanks to this Caitlin Clark effect, the WNBA secured a historic $22.2 billion media rights deal, injecting at least $200 million in annual revenue, $140 million more than their previous deal. Even though the league lost $40 million last season, Caitlyn's arrival has positioned the WNBA to finally shed its charity case label and unlock significant pay raises for players. However, Angel Reese's recent threat to strike for higher pay couldn't have come at a worse time. While Angel is the second most recognizable player in the league and had a strong rookie season, her demand for equal pay with NBA players came off as tone-deaf to fans who know Caitlyn is driving the league's success. The WNBA is still in a fragile state, heavily reliant on Caitlyn's star power to attract casual fans and grow its audience. A work stoppage could be catastrophic, mirroring the damage seen in past sports strikes, like the 1994 MLB strike and the 2004 to 2005 NHL lockout, which led to long-term declines in viewership. Fortunately, Caitlyn understands the bigger picture. When asked about the WNBA pay gap, she struck a perfect balance, acknowledging the need for growth while emphasizing the importance of staying the course. While Angel's approach risks alienating fans and stalling the league's momentum, Caitlyn's leadership is guiding the WNBA towards sustainable success.
I mean, I'm not huge on comparing the WNBA to the NBA. I don't really think that's fair. Obviously, I think where the WNBA is right now is pretty incredible. I think a lot of people, or most people, would not believe it's in the place that it is right now.
Caitlyn Clark understands something that many in the WNBA seem to miss. The league must stop comparing itself to the NBA. It's tempting for players to look at Steph Curry's and LeBron James' massive salaries, which rival the GDP of small countries, and cry unfair. But this is a losing battle. The NBA generates $12.2 billion in revenue, while the WNBA brings in around $200 million. The NBA's financial success comes from a different on-court product and 45 years of growth since the Bird Magic era. And yes, while people don't like to talk about it, the biological differences between men and women, like muscle mass, wingspan, speed, and explosiveness, create a distinct pace and physicality in the men's game that naturally attracts more viewers. The WNBA's growth needs to be focused on building its own identity, not chasing unrealistic NBA-level paychecks. Caitlyn gets that. Her focus is on elevating the game and drawing in fans, which is exactly why she's leading the league's resurgence.
Where I think it'll be in 5 years is it's hard for me to answer because people didn't even think we'd be right here, right now. And I think really sky's the limit. I think when you see, our TV numbers when we're on, national television, we're averaging over 1 million viewers or whatever it is. The All-Star game, I think, was over 4 million viewers. It's just really great numbers. So the more opportunities we're given, I think the more it's going to shine and get better and better.
See, this is exactly the problem. The debate about WNBA players deserving NBA-level salaries feels good in the moment, but it never leads to real progress for the women's game. Take the NBA All-Star three-point contest between Sabrina Ionescu and Steph Curry. Sure, it was fun, but it was a skills challenge, not an actual physical, head-to-head matchup.
The reason why we watching women's basketball is not just because of one person, it's because of me too, and I want y'all to realize that.
Caitlyn Clark doesn't just talk the talk, she walks it. She turned down the NBA All-Star three-point contest to keep the spotlight on the WNBA's All-Star game. She rejected a $1 million overseas offer to rest, train, and prepare for the WNBA season, all while earning just $76,000 from the league. As her agent, Erin Kane, said, "The WNBA can't pay Caitlyn what she's worth." And she's right. Caitlyn understands her true payday comes through endorsements and business partnerships, but more importantly, she knows that real change comes from growing the WNBA itself. Despite this, Caitlyn faces criticism from some players and media who claim her hype is race-driven or that Angel Reese made her famous. But instead of clapping back, Caitlyn stays focused on improving her game and uplifting others. Now, with the Indiana Fever's stacked roster, including 6-time All-Star DeWanna Bonner, 3-time champion Natasha Howard, sharpshooter Sophie Cunningham, and defensive specialist Sydney Colson, the Fever are legitimate contenders. Pair that with Kelsey Mitchell and Aaliyah Boston, and Caitlin is set up to lead this team to a potential championship run in 2025. If Caitlin wins MVP or leads the Fever to a title, the impact on the WNBA will be seismic. Remember, 18.9 million people tuned in to watch her NCAA title game against South Carolina. Imagine that kind of audience for a 7-game WNBA Finals series. The viewership would shatter records, and the league would finally break through to the mainstream. This is exactly why Angel Reese and others should rethink any talk of a strike. The WNBA's future is brighter than ever, but only if they ride the Caitlin Clark wave. Yes, the league will have stars like Angel Reese, Aya Wilson, Paige Buchers, and Juju Watkins for years to come. But Caitlin is the leader who will carry the WNBA to the next level. Instead of fighting the momentum, other players should follow her lead and focus on making the league the best possible product for the millions of new fans tuning in. If you're still here, drop a basketball in the comments. Thanks for watching.